Today it seems like basically any holiday has been fully converted into a consumer extravaganza. Yeah, of course, we've always bought things in the past, decorations and stuff for these seasonal events, but today the skeletons are bigger, the sales are starting earlier than ever, and the money that we're spending on this stuff is completely out of control. All right, we're gonna start this story with Halloween because, in my opinion, this is the holiday that has seen the most extreme consumerist takeover in my lifetime. But this trend is happening to basically every single holiday that you can think of nowadays. We got Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Easter, and of course, Christmas, all with their own decoration explosions at very specific and widening times of the year. And probably the weirdest part is that they're kind of overlapping on each other now. Like we have autumn Thanksgiving decor that's kind of mixing and mingling with Halloween stuff, and then at the same time, you got Halloween and Christmas also kind of in the same store. However, I have to say that I think Halloween is actually one of the holidays that has still retained some of its soul. There's a lot of spooky spirit out there, a lot of creativity, and people love to throw down with their costumes and decorations, and I think it's genuinely kind of amazing. Folks turn the fuck up when it comes to Halloween. You've meticulously designed and built house decorations and costumes, and to all of those people who really understand the soul of what this holiday is all about, I salute you. I praise you for doing the work, because I'm not a costume guy, but we need people out there doing costumes and decorations like you do. It's beautiful. It's amazing. However, there is a whole other side of this world that has gotten completely out of control. People are vlogging their Halloween decoration shopping sprees at Target in August. And it's not like this is a one-off thing. Like, this is a popular category, and these videos are like 30 minutes, 40 minutes plus per vlog, and it's just them walking around the store documenting what's for sale this year. Like, that's the whole video. This creator on this other video has released a shopping video at this time of the year, at least one, going all the way back to 2017. She says that she does this every single year. And this is pretty standard because apparently most people are shopping for Halloween stuff before October even starts. And most of them aren't vlogging it. Welcome to a vlog segment. We haven't done one of these in years. We're going Spirit Halloween. The reason why we're covering this in person is because, unlike a lot of things that we cover on this channel, we can actually go to Spirit Halloween in Canada because it's right here. I gotta go in through the mall. Yeah. Spirit Halloween. Oh, this is kind of sweet, actually. Hello. You know what? For a mall activity, that wasn't bad. Like, there was a lot of people in there with their kids having a good time, right? Like, it's an event, it's an activity. I understand. Like, I have a kid. I understand that sometimes on a day when it's rainy like today, going in there and hanging out in like a small theme park, that's a valid thing. You know, I don't think that's bad. I think that's way more interesting than half the crap that's in this rundown mall. Dude, my man Shrek. It's kind of the only way that mall spaces like this get used creatively. It's kind of a vibe. I think I get it. Cougar hunter jumpsuit, that's for me, I guess. It kind of looks like me, honestly. I don't know what the prices were like. I got kind of overwhelmed at that point. I was just filming things and trying not to feel awkward about myself, because while I did say in there, it's easier to film in public here. Like, it seems more normal. Like, I don't feel like as many people are weirded out by the fact that I'm holding a camera talking to myself. Immediately after I started feeling insecure. The noise is definitely a factor. Like, it's loud in every single part of this store. Did I buy anything? No, definitely not. I love how into Halloween other people are. I love the creativity that comes out of this holiday. What up, bro? My birthday is on October 29th, so my whole life, Halloween was just the party that was
way more important than my birthday. I know that sounds super conceited or whatever, but like just every year is Halloween themed. And so at a certain point I was just like, it's not that great. I don't know, does that make this video better? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Oh, God.
I remember when I was a kid, back in the 90s, when Walmart costumes were just starting to come out, and my parents were struggling seriously to keep me interested in the homemade costumes that were the standard for our household up to that point. I've lived this transition. I know how much has changed. Now, of course, there were store-bought costumes up to that point, but like, they didn't become mass market. It wasn't something that everybody did until I think I was like 8, 9 years old or something.
While the big seller here is punk attire, over at Malabar's, the devil gets his due. Complete with horns, cape, and of course the devil's fork.
But today you can get a costume from pretty much any conceivable character throughout history at the mall today. But going back to decor, this is what Halloween decor looked like back in the 80s and the 90s. A lot of the vintage decorations were just like pieces of paper, very simple stuff, like this ghost that makes sounds but is literally just like a white piece of fabric. We should put up like a trigger warning, because like the thrilling ghost sound that this thing makes will touch the hearts of anyone between the ages of 30 and 40 years old. On eBay, you can find older decorations from that era too, and these things are built different. Like Halloween stuff back then was built to last like everything else was, right? And it's beautiful. And this is the reason why I said 80s and 90s, right? Because back in the day, you would buy decorations once, then you would put them in a box until the, next time that you needed them in a year. That's the way that Christmas and Halloween decorations work. My parents just had a box of Christmas decorations that we put in the back room until it was time to use them again. And that's what I'm gonna do. God damn it. But now the consumerism landscape is so fast-paced and so fleeting that it's like fast fashion, but for the skeletons that you put on your lawn once a year. And the latest trend in this whole category is size, like just sheer scale. In 2020, Home Depot released this $400 12-foot tall skeleton named Skelly and sold out immediately and has been selling out every single year since it was released. And look, the first time that I saw one of these things in the yard, I was like, holy crap, like that's a huge skeleton. And then I saw another one a few houses down and I was like, whoa, that's the same as that other huge skeleton we saw. And then by the third one, I was like, oh yeah, there's another 12-foot tall skeleton. Neat. And this is the wild thing, right? Like we're already at the point where the novelty of a 12-foot tall skeleton in someone's yard just isn't that cool anymore. And so what's the obvious reaction? To just double down and keep selling people more stuff. So now you can buy a whole giant skeleton family for about $1,000 USD. We got giant skeleton dogs, and I can't remember all the other shit that was in it because I don't have the link up anymore. But I remember thinking, wow, that's super cool. There's no way that that's gonna be out of date and super repetitive in a year or two. And look, I'm trying so hard to not be the party pooper, right? Because you know what, maybe it is actually better that we all have giant skeletons in our yards to spread a bit of whimsy at this time of year than just all being curmudgeons with our houses dark on this time of the year with no decorations. That would be lame, right? However, the marketing departments at these giant corporations understand that when push comes to shove, when wallets are feeling stretched, families will still fork out to make a holiday feel special. They know that as more people get more and more financially insecure, they need to milk these special times of the year even harder to make that economic line go up, right? And as I said off the top, this is happening with every single seasonal event that they can exploit. But from a marketing perspective, Halloween is like the perfect storm. Here's a quote that I found. Halloween is a marketer's dream. It falls on the same day every year. Halloween items are largely consumable. Candy needs to be replenished every year. Kids outgrow costumes, and pop culture trends can help predict which costumes will be the must-haves of each season. Kind of amazing, right? You got different characters from different shows, new aesthetics and trendy must-haves that are cycling around, right? All of this can be found at pretty much every major department store on the planet right now. And even more recently, there is another new category, which are pop-up stores. You may have been to a Spirit Halloween, and it's actually kind of a brilliant response to the mall closures and bankruptcies that we're seeing in the retail space right now. They go into a previously vacant space, open up for a couple of months, take the cheap rent, and create these 5 senses retail experiences. Holy shit, this video has 1 million views. Spirit Halloween has a certain kind of magic to it, right? Unlike Target or Walmart, the whole store is on theme. You get to feel the magic of that time of the year in maybe more ways than you could anywhere else. But of course, they're not stopping there. Last year, they announced their newest venture, which is Spirit Christmas. Yeah. Christmas themed stores in the very same place where they had the Halloween stores, literally right after they close up shop. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And if Spirit Halloween can sell Christmas stuff in November, then we can too, you guys. This year we are launching our very first ever products for sale from this channel, and we are doing it very differently than a lot of other YouTube products that you're probably used to seeing, so hear me out. This year, for the first time, you can buy this very badly photoshopped Christmas card with all of our faces on it as a token of support for this channel. The reason why we're doing this is because we don't want to spend a bunch of time and effort and money developing some sort of merch that you don't really need. We want to keep making videos, but we want to give you the opportunity to support what we do here and get a little something as a thank you from all of us in return. So we have 2 cards, one with all of our faces on it, which is like a thank you from us. I'm gonna sign every single one of these cards personally. Lou and I are gonna be mailing all of these out ourselves. By the way, the dog in the middle of this card is an inside joke from one of our Patreon exclusive videos.
No, it's more like
I guess
he took your dog and then he used your dog as an employee in his dog business. He has a dog cafe, and your dog now works at this cafe.
I like that we're insisting on the dog.
And he's now using the dog in his cafe to entertain his guests to make money off of them.
And it was actually a design recommendation from one of our friends on the Discord. The other card says, pretend this card is a present, which is sort of just supposed to be funny. And you can give that to a friend or a family member who may also think that it's funny. And then the third thing that we have available is a couple of stickers that we designed a little while ago too. We have the Starbucks Make Coffee at Home. We have the Costco Whole Wallet here for the $1.50 hot dog stickers. You know, they're just fun. They're kind of silly. And then we also have a third tiny sticker that is also kind of cute. A Christmas card by itself is 15 bucks. A Christmas card and stickers is $25, or you can get all 3 for 30 bucks. Plus, if you're a member of the Patreon community, you can get 15% off. So if you want to join over there, you'll get a discount code when you sign up. Once again, this is not a big money move. We're not going to be making like thousands and thousands of dollars off of this launch. It is just a way for us to supplement the income that we make on this channel and to help us pay ourselves well enough to keep doing this into the future. We chose cards and stickers specifically because it has the lowest impact of any sort of product that we could sell. They can all be fit into a single envelope and sent via letter mail. And we are launching them today to give ourselves the time to order them, sign them, and then mail them out to all of you before Christmas. The link is down in the description of this video to our Shopify page. And thank you in advance, of course, for making this whole thing possible, for even just watching the videos. You don't have to buy anything, of course, you know, just being here is huge. So yeah, anyway. So there's going to be 30 Christmas spirit locations. Oh, fuck. So there's going to be 30 different Christmas So there's going to be 30 Spirit Christmas locations this year, many opening as soon as they can get the Halloween stuff off of the shelves. Because If it worked once, there's a very good chance that it's going to work again. And if I was a betting man, I would probably say that these things are going to crush. Just like Halloween, Christmas fever is hitting stronger and earlier than ever. And a lot of this has to do with the internet, TikTok in particular. But does that really surprise anyone anymore? Well, it kind of surprised me because I was shocked at the virality and popularity of some of these shopping vlogs. Like, there's this one creator who publishes a shopping video of some sort almost every single day on TikTok. Like, that's gotta be expensive. Like, how can you maintain that kind of output? And listen, I know I'm trying so hard not to hate here. And I don't want to hate on her specifically because I think what she's doing is just a product of this vicious cycle that has happened with short form content, consumerism in general, but then specifically around seasonal stuff in particular. There is this great article in Forbes where they break down the creep factor of the Christmas holidays, but these creators are probably the best manifestation of what's going on because scrolling content and shopping are both different forms of escapism, right? It's a very soothing place to go in an overstimulating and very stressful real life world that we live in nowadays. And then the holidays are kind of like the only time of the year where we get to pretend that normal life doesn't exist in quite the same way as it does the rest of the year, right? And so you have these three factors coming together and they play off of each other absolutely perfectly. Yeah, it's not Christmas yet, but the feeling of watching somebody shop for Christmas stuff sort of hits the same comforting feeling, right? It's like rewatching the same holiday movies every year soothes us too. And maybe that comforting feeling of seeing a creator you relate to shopping at a store that you shop at as well will make you feel safe. But it will probably subconsciously also get you into a store earlier than you might have originally planned. And it may inadvertently end up with you shopping and spending more this time of year than you expected. And maybe it's too late in this video to say it, but like I do genuinely like these times of the year. Like, I know I sound like I'm such a fucking bitter asshole about this whole thing, but it is important to understand what the psychological triggers are that these marketing campaigns tap into. These companies know that when the leaves turn orange, you feel the lingering dread of the end of summer. You know that winter is coming. You know that it's gonna get darker and colder and that it's gonna be harder to wake yourself up in the morning because the sun hasn't even come up yet. And one of the most exciting things to come out of this time of the year is Halloween and Christmas. They're the things that we get to look forward to. And they're also a way for us to escape our daily lives. But they know this, and that's why the sales keep getting earlier and earlier. So please keep all of this in mind when you're shopping this year, and remember that there is a lot of other ways to enjoy seasonal festivities without buying a bunch of crap from Target or even Spirit Halloween. DIY shit, cooking, and just like hanging out with your friends and family. Like, I'm not a Halloween person, as I sort of said, but I'm gonna try my best because now I got a 2-year-old and I gotta make a show of it for him. I gotta demonstrate the kind of consumerist behavior that I want my kid to replicate in his own life. But hopefully you get spooky out there this time of year. Thank you so much for watching and supporting, maybe buying some silly cards from us. And if you do any of that, we'll see you next week for another upload.